Gavin, we were talking a little bit about Xbox. We can kind of segue. There's a good amount of Xbox news this week. So this one here is about Xbox One X being discontinued. So this is in the news last week here, so we can jump into that. Gearing up for the Xbox Series X, Microsoft has stopped making the Xbox One X. So Oliver Efron of CNN Business has the article. Microsoft is officially discontinuing the Xbox One X and Xbox One S All Digital Edition. As we ramp up into the future with Xbox Series X, we're taking the natural step of stopping production on Xbox One X and Xbox One S All Digital, a Microsoft spokesperson told CNN, adding that production on 2016's Xbox One S will continue. The Xbox One X, released in November 2017, was designed to run games at 4K resolution and was billed as a high-end version of 2013's Xbox One. Still, it could not turn Xbox sales around, and Microsoft's flagship product still fails or falls behind Nintendo Switch's Sony's PlayStation 4. And I butchered that last sentence. Xbox doesn't release the number of units sold per device. And now, as the new Xbox Series X approaches its holiday 2020 release, Microsoft is finally pulling the plug. With the new devices and services coming out, this seems more like an effort to reduce the number of consoles in the market and avoid consumer confusion. This is a Juiced Van Druin, founder of video game investment firm New Brooklyn, told CNN. How do you feel about this? They're discontinuing the Xbox One X and the Series All Digital the Xbox One S All Digital. Man, there's so many fucking Xboxes. This is really why that they should have, I guess, discontinued these.
Can I right now not get a regular Xbox One?
Well, if they're still in the wild, you can't. I guess they're just stopping production on new ones of these.
Gotcha. But I mean, the way they say they're stopping production on the Xbox One S and the One X, that makes me think like the One was replaced by the One S, which it may very well have been.
It might have been, because I haven't seen new, boxes of those, but I can't imagine they still produce the old fat one. But yeah. So now we're stuck with the One S the One S, just that white, the first remodel they did. That's the only official production model that they'll continue to do, along with the Series X, and the other 3 or 4, whatever that exist, are no longer in production. The One X is the one that I have.
I mean, it had to happen sometime. This makes me think. It does make me wonder how the pricing is going to be for the Series X. This could mean good things. It could also mean that they've estimated the amount of people that are still going to buy this fucking thing with the time that's left, and they thought, I think we've got enough out there in the wild. We're good. And that could legitimately be it. This could be a fair amount of Xboxes out in the wild right now.
Right.
And I've certainly considered getting like this or like a PlayStation, more so a PlayStation, with the time we have left, so I can experience these exclusives. But of course, Xbox doesn't have the exclusives, so why would I get this instead of a PlayStation?
Yeah, I guess if you jump into the market, the Xbox ecosystem, you're knowing the fact that they're going to still honor a lot of these next gen games are going to be playable on the current gen Xbox hardware. So you have that going. There's the whole Game Pass. So if they can kind of build their marketing plan that way to show that why would you buy a current gen Xbox is because of that, because you're still getting Halo Infinite in a limited form. You're still getting Cyberpunk, so maybe that's what they end up doing. You mentioned you're wondering what the price means for Series X. Do you think that it's now cheaper than you thought or more expensive than you thought with them discontinuing these current models?
I bet it's probably cheaper. I'm still saying $600 minimum. But that being said, here's going to be my thing going into this generation when they inevitably say xCloud, so you can play your next gen games through your xCloud rather than this thing. My plan, almost at that point, my plan of attack is I don't want to be. I've been on so many ends of consoles and handhelds where I buy the first gen and then they come out with an HD. And it pisses me off every time because I don't want to sell my current gen and get the high def. I don't give that many fucks. So if I can use the xCloud for a little bit until they come out with the HD, it'd be a decent plan.
That's a great way to add some life to if you are an early adopter and because you do feel kind of burned when 2 years later they have the new slimmed down or 4K, 8K version of it. It's like if you can lean on Game Pass or xCloud to kind of extend it, that's great for consumers.
Yeah. I'd be curious to see how long that goes. That being said, my internet's probably not that good.
Well, I know with Stadia, I think you at least need a 30 gig or a 30 megabyte or 20 megabyte connection. So I think they can deal with pretty much across the board connections. But if you're out in the boonies, then yeah, it's not going to work for you.
Right, right. So, or have another person using the internet at all.
Right. Or walk in front of your router at the same time, and it totally just fucks
Oh
whatever
yeah,
you're playing.
Lord, forgive me if I want to do dishes, laundry. I think those are the big two. Somebody take a shower. Something about water is just like no internet for you. Uh,
Well, we know that it causes COVID, so I think we've
Water?
confirmed that no 5G does. So I guess we
Oh,
can make sure that
5G. Gotcha. Yeah.
it's been confirmed. So I think that's standard. But
Oh,
uh,
absolutely.